how one stranger destroyed Koru's sacred traditions. In a secluded African village named Koru, hidden between towering mountains and lush forests, life was guided by ancient traditions that bound the villagers together in harmony. These customs emphasized chastity, respect, and family honor, creating a sanctuary of shared values that shielded the people of Koru from the moral decay they believed was spreading in the outside world. To the people of Koru, the purity of a young woman was a deeply cherished value, a precious gift passed down through generations as a testament to their community's strength. But this tight-knit village would soon face a storm of unprecedented moral challenge. It all began with the arrival of a mysterious stranger named Isime, a charming and enigmatic man who captivated everyone with his tales of the outside world. From his stories, Koru was nothing more than a speck on the map, a land bound by old customs, while the world outside pulsed with freedom, wealth, and luxury. The youth of Koru, especially the young women, found themselves drawn to Isime's charisma, his tales painting their village traditions as outdated relics that held them back from discovering their true potential. Isime soon became a prominent figure in the village, gathering a devoted following among the young villagers, who hung on his every word. He hosted gatherings where he shared his ideals, challenging Koru's values and whispering ideas of liberation, luxury, and a life without boundaries. At first, the elders of Koru were suspicious of his intentions, but they had no concrete reason to mistrust him. After all, he was only sharing stories and perspectives. Yet, over time, they saw the minds of their young people slowly swayed, their once strong ties to tradition beginning to fray. Weeks passed, and the atmosphere in Koru became charged with a silent tension. The young people started questioning their parents' teachings, the older customs seeming restrictive compared to the excitement that Isime promised. As his influence grew, Isime began to focus on Koru's young women, subtly encouraging them to disregard the value of chastity. He insisted that such beliefs were cages, preventing them from experiencing the world's pleasures and robbing them of their freedom. The breaking point came during a grand celebration that Isime organized under the cover of nightfall. The party was unlike anything Koru had ever seen, vibrant, dazzling, and forbidden. The young villagers, intoxicated by the thrill and influenced by drinks and festivities, threw caution to the wind, abandoning the values they once held dear. That night, innocence was lost, and the sanctity that Koru had guarded so fiercely was shattered. The following morning, the village awoke to a haunting silence, the air thick with regret and shame. News of the events from the previous night spread quickly, leaving the elders heartbroken and outraged. Parents looked at their daughters with pained expressions, recognizing the depth of betrayal brought by Isime's deceit. Koru, once a village of purity and pride, was now tainted by the choices made under Isime's influence. When the villagers sought out Isime to confront him, they discovered that he had vanished, leaving no trace of his presence other than the ruin he'd sown. His disappearance added to the heartbreak, making it clear that his motives had never been pure, that he had come only to disrupt their harmony for his gain or amusement. The elders gathered in despair, realizing that their community's unity and values had been severely compromised. The weight of shame settled over Koru, and the youth, now fully grasping the consequences of their actions, fell into deep remorse. To restore some semblance of order and pride, the village elders decided to organize a ritual of redemption. This would not be a punishment but a test of purity and repentance, a symbolic ceremony where each young villager would publicly acknowledge their actions and seek forgiveness from their families and the community. For many, it was a painful journey, requiring them to confront their own mistakes and the impact of their decisions on the community as a whole. One by one, the youth approached the elders, asking for forgiveness and vowing to rebuild the trust they had lost. Through the ceremony, the villagers began to understand the true depth of their values and traditions. They realized that these customs were not mere rules but protections, shields that connected them to one another and safeguarded their identity. The cleansing ritual marked a turning point for Koro. Through humility, forgiveness, and a renewed commitment to their heritage, the young people began to rediscover the beauty of their traditions. Although the scars of that night would remain, the village emerged stronger, its bonds fortified by the lessons learned from Isimea's treachery. Lesson asterisk. The story of Kuru village serves as a timeless reminder of the importance of self-respect, values, and accountability. In today's fast-changing world, where people often face external influences that challenge traditional beliefs, this tale encourages viewers to consider the weight and purpose behind their customs and values. The story teaches that freedom without responsibility can lead to consequences far beyond personal regret, impacting family and community ties. It also offers hope by showing that, despite mistakes, redemption is always possible through honesty, humility, and a willingness to learn from one's actions. Ultimately, the story of Kuru urges viewers to find a balance between embracing change and preserving the core values that define their identity. It highlights the need to question outside influences and reminds us that the strength of a community lies in its shared respect for tradition, unity, and the principles that protect it here.